We've seen big developments this week in the trial for one of the officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray in Baltimore. Gray died after he was arrested for illegally carrying a knife in April last year. Prosecutors determined the cause of death was spinal cord injuries after the officers failed to properly buckle Gray into the police transport van. So far, 3 of the 6 officers involved have been acquitted, and 1 officer will get a new trial. Here with a closer look at the trial is managing partner Paul Harding from the law firm Martin Harding and Mazzotti. Hi, thank you for being here.
Sure.
Paul, just this week, the 4th officer tried in connection with Freddie Gray's death, Lieutenant Brian Rice, was acquitted of all charges, including involuntary manslaughter. He is the 3rd officer in this case to be acquitted. And if you remember, the first case against Officer William Porter resulted in a hung jury. Why is the prosecution struggling to get a conviction?
Yeah, they are struggling. And there's been a change in strategy from the defense counsel. So the first case was a hung jury. It means we don't think he's guilty, but we can't prove that he's not guilty, right? So there was that whole piece. So what they've done is they decided to go with a non-jury trial. And that has been kind of a strategy change to go for the bench trial. Doesn't happen a lot, but we're seeing it here.
Okay, and I mean, you just mentioned it. There's a bench trial, there's a jury trial.
Yeah.
Why do you think that 3 of the officers would choose a bench trial over the jury?
That first trial, the jury was kind of deciding, should we find him guilty or not guilty? And they said this is a highly emotional case, right? So they decided they're going to want the judge to decide whether you're guilty or whether you're innocent, and just eliminates the jury, eliminates some of the emotion part of the trial.
Is it common for a defendant to choose a bench trial? Have you seen this before?
See, it's common, but you don't see it much, right? But you see it when you have these cases involving children, when the jury just is inflamed, or the potential that they're inflamed, and they want to kind of go beyond the facts. When you have a judge, the judge kind of takes the emotion out of it, will look at the facts, and they think, and it's been proven, things have been working in their favor.
And obviously, this trial received a lot of attention. We saw protests across the country in support of Freddie Gray. And we still have 3 more trials ahead at this point. So in the case that all 6 officers are acquitted, does Freddie Gray's family have any other options in terms of trying to get justice for their family member?
There's a civil case, a case for money damage. I mean, that's a slam dunk case. They're going to recover, but it's a completely different burden of proof. So here you have preponderance of the evidence, right? It's not a hard standard. Negligence. Criminal standard, very hard. And the way it's going now, you know, we'll have to look and see. But at this point, there may not be any criminal convictions in this case.
Okay. Thank you so much for breaking it down for us.